Hey everyone, welcome to the B-Side Breakdown. My name is Brett Johnson and I am your host. This is episode 53 of a podcast where I talk with other artists, musicians, and songwriters about a song they've written that's meaningful to them that they want to talk about. But first, I ask them to give me permission to play the song in its entirety on the episode so you, the listener, can hear it before we have our chat. All right, cool. So today I'm going to be talking to Shayne Miel from the band Overton about their song High on Faith. Let's get into it. Here is High on Faith by Overton.
Oh my God, there's feral children dancing in the yard. Gay communists are colonizing Mars and they want to inject robots in your arms. Have you seen lizard people have replaced the queen? The FDA has mind control vaccines approved. They're trying to manipulate your dream. There goes another one. There goes another one. Scribbling monsters in the margins of the page. Information's gilded age. Oh my word, the wolf is spotted hiding in the herd. An asteroid is headed for the Earth next year. The neighbor has been sniffing little girls. Boy oh boy, Illuminati sets the price of oil. Birds are spying for the FBI, have heard. Do you know what they're doing to the soil? There goes another one. There goes another one. Something wicked happening just outside the frame. Information's gilded age. When the news reads like a Rorschach test, who's to say what's real or fake? There goes another one. There goes another one. There goes another one. There goes another one. Low on logic, but so very high on faith. Information's gilded age. Oh my God.
All right, and that was High on Faith by the band Overton. Shayne from Overton is here right now. Hey Shayne, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with me about the song.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to have you. I'm interested in all kinds of things going on with the song, but and we'll get into it as we go. I love the lyrics. I love how you're singing it in the range you're singing it in. The music is great. The harmonies are great. Like it's so much fun and makes me kind of giggle because I acknowledge and recognize so much of what you're talking about. But tell me, why did you want to come on here and talk about the song today?
I really appreciate all those things you said. Thank you. So High on Faith, it's the song about having unreasonable beliefs in unbelievable things. And that can go in a whole lot of directions. But I think the thing that shines through the most is this like idea of conspiracy theories.
Sure.
And it's a really kind of right at the forefront topic in today's world.
Yep. No, I hear that. I hear that completely. When I hear some, I'm like, wow, okay. I guess that's a thing now. Yeah, I don't disagree, and I completely hear that.
It's a shame, right? Conspiracy theories used to be this kind of fun thing, right, on the edge of pop culture, right?
Sure.
Somebody believed some weird thing, and it was a neat thing to look at. But more and more now, it's like they're edging into the main debate, and it's the I don't want to. Well, I do want to call people out. It's the Republican Party, like kind of shoving that Overton window, to reference the band name, over to the right, and like bringing these things in. where like to the point where you have, people talking about Haitians eating pets in a national presidential debate. It's such a wild time. And so I wrote this song. I was really interested in exploring conspiracy theory and why we believe things that are just kind of unbelievable. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of aspects to this. It used to be, when you think way back in early human civilization, we didn't know how anything worked. And so if something happened, it's really uncomfortable to say, oh, I don't know why that thing happened, right? So if the crops failed, it's hard to say, oh, I don't know why the crops failed. So you say, oh, yeah, Zeus was angry and killed all our crops.
Right.
And that's, so that impulse to make up stories about our life, that's just human nature. And so there's like this thread there of like old time religion, but also like maybe new time religion too. There's, how far apart are conspiracy theories and what people, I'm not a religious person. I apologize if I'm offending anybody, but, like how far apart are they from the sort of beliefs that people take on faith in their religious practices? So I think that, if you listen to the song, there's this one line in there. I say, scribbling monsters in the margins of the page. It's just, for me, that was the idea that like, we're always drawing the scary things off the edge of the map, right? There be monsters on the old world map.
Sure.
Fill the gaps in our knowledge as a society with sometimes these monstrous things or large, powerful forces working upon us.
Sure.
Because life feels kind of out of control most of the time. We feel so powerless so often. So it's easy to make up stories about these powerful forces moving us back and forth.
For sure. No, and I mean, yeah, Illuminati sets the price of oil. Like,
Yeah.
right, it's, I mean, that's such a great call out. And I'm not trying to be light on this, but it's funny when you were talking about conspiracy theories at first, and you're saying, yeah, it's usually, just like you were saying, it's usually something that's just kind of on the edge of pop culture and it's sort of whatever. And to me, my favorite one is that Elvis Presley actually didn't die and he became Glenn Danzig from the Misfits, like, or something like that. Like that to me is the kind of shit that I think is hilarious. And it's just funny to entertain. And you can just build so many just funny things off of that. And it's just funny and entertaining. And of course, yeah, we're all kidding over here,
Right.
But yeah, right. When this takes forefront and it becomes part of, presidential debate, it's in the news, like people are making political decisions and things that are affecting millions of people based on, it's like, whoa. Yeah. So I'm grateful for the song and the reminder, because I think it's just, it's poignant, particularly now, with what
It's
all
also
the
strange
insanity that's
because
going on.
I feel like it's getting harder to tell too. like,
Oh yeah.
if I think back even 10 years, maybe that was 10 years ago, you remember Pizzagate that happened? There was this idea that there was a sex trafficking ring in the basement of some pizza restaurant in Washington, D.C.
Got it. No, I don't remember that one.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds funny that it's Pizzagate. I'm like, okay,
Right, yeah,
like,
very
come
funny
on.
name. But it was this big thing in the news cycle for a little bit.
Okay.
And anybody who was serious was like, that's a ridiculous thing. Look at those fools making a big deal about this, obviously crazy idea.
Right.
But it turns out, hey, there was this really huge sex trafficking ring that powerful people were involved in, And so like
Sure.
I feel like some of these ideas, it's getting harder to tell uh, what is true and what is false.
I agree. I totally agree. And like one of my favorite lines from your song is when the news reads like the Rorschach test, who's to say what's real or fake? It's like, right. I mean, it's for me, I struggle with that myself. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like this shit that can't be, that's real. Wait, which is real, you know?
Right.
Um, and it gets so overwhelming sometimes to even try to process it that I have to be really diligent to stay focused and focus my way through it without just tuning out, because for me then I feel like I I've lost if I just tune out and disregard everything. So
We
it's
used to have like uh, sort of a singular voice of authoritative media that told us the news of the day.
right.
Um, and you know, the different channels might differ a little bit on slight opinions, but there's usually a consensus about what the truth was.
Yeah.
Um,
Not so
and
much.
we've gotten so fractured that you know I can watch the same event on MSNBC and Fox News,
Uh-huh.
and they'll say polar opposite things about the same thing happening. And it makes it very, very hard to tell where the truth is. And then on top of that, you know, we've given ourselves this world where uh, everybody's the media. We all get to publish our own stories, which, you know, on one hand, that's great. Like I love that the voice of the people is able to rise up, but
Yeah.
on the other hand, it furthers this like fracturing of uh, attention and understanding of what like the truth is.
Right. No, I hear you. I mean, I think of being a kid and thinking of what we had channels 4, 5, 9, and 11. And right, 9 was more local, and 4 and 5 were like ABC and CBS and something else. And it was just like major networks, but you'd still get here's the consistent message on the national news, whereas the other channel would cover like kind of local news. And now, I mean, all of that is so I mean, all of it is it's just opinion news. And so it's like subjective news. I'm like, how can this be? What happened to facts? Like what happened to wait, no, let's make sure our facts like check out before we start publishing things and then, you know, asserting our own narrative on it. Like that to me is really the painful part. I also struggle with, I mean, I hear you. I applaud like anyone who's calling things out kind of at the street level and doing what they got to do to get the word out about things that are happening. Like good for you. I mean, I really appreciate that. But at the same time, I run into a problem where I'll hear something 1 second and I don't have the attention span to tune into this 24 hours a day. So whatever I heard at that moment is what I think I heard was sort of possibly the truth. And I take all of it with a grain of salt at this point. And then when I talk with other people about it, it's changed 15 times since then
Uh-huh.
within a half an hour. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know now. You know what I mean? So I've been on the search for, and I'm just saying this to you and to any listener out there. Like if for real, if you know, without a doubt, you have a bona fide objective news source, wow, please share it. And I'll post it on any website for everybody else to go to check it out, because I get such varied opinions on that, even that, where there's some commonality, but yeah, as soon as it's like, right, I think MSNBC is now MS Now, and between them and Fox and whoever else, I'm just like, it's still, I may agree with one over the other more so, but I still think it's so opinion driven that to me, it's hard for me to accept any of it as truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, like we have this emotional response too, where uh, the news. You talk about having like a short attention span. We
Yeah.
all have short attention spans now because we're in an information age where attention is the commodity that we're trading all the time, and so it
Well
is just
said.
getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
And the things that stick are the things that are gonna like resonate emotionally, and that often means that like you're picking up on things that are either enraging or like like tweaking those core emotions, which are rarely the like the nuanced gray truth of things, which truth is often very nuanced and very gray.
Mm-hmm.
um, and I talk about I blame, earlier in our conversation, I blamed Republicans for doing this, but my friends do it too. Like someone will share a news story or a blog post or something, and I'll read it and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then I'll have to sit and stop and think, say, wait, I don't know if I believe this. I don't know if I can believe anything that I'm reading on the internet anymore.
Right.
And I think it's really on us, all of us, to try and dig a little deeper when we can, make sure that what we're posting is real, not just reactionary.
I couldn't agree more. It's funny when, as you were saying, like it's right. There's a lot of, it's nuanced. Like the truth is nuanced, and sure, but it's like even when I'm just having a conversation between two people that are having a disagreement, I'm like, I mean, the age old thing, and I certainly didn't make this up, but it's like there's your side of the story and then their side of the story, then what really happened. So it's like there's like three sides to that, right? And it's like, well, which one is it, and how important is it? And yeah, no, I hear it all. That's awesome. Thanks for putting the song out there, man, and kind of getting that conversation going, because it's just so meaningful and so, again, poignant for what's just happening now.
It was a really fun song to write. I come up with these in the verses, trying to come up with these conspiracy theories that weren't real.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to pick on any real ones. It's actually kind of hard to do, like to find things that were outlandish enough to be not something that someone believed, but still be like plausible for a song. Yeah. But it was fun to come up with them.
That's awesome. So let's talk about that a little bit. So at what point, and we'll get into, well, yeah, I guess let's start there. How did this come about officially? So was it just driving around one day, reading something one day, and all of a sudden just kind of bing, hey, you know what? I want to write a song about this. Or was there a particular lyric, or was it just the progression you were playing, or like sort of what started it?
Yeah, great question. So all of these things that we've talked about were bouncing around in the back of my mind, right? Like they're threads that I've been thinking about for a while. And then I had this line, the first line of that song, there's feral children dancing in the yard. And that line was in my head. It just sort of, I came up with it and really liked it. Tried to stick it in another song. It didn't really fit there. And I'm not sure where that came from. It might come. I have 13-year-old twins, so it might have been, watching them and their friends go wild in our backyard. Who knows?
Right.
But I played it with the couple of chords that are in that verse, and really like the sort of dark, moody tone of those three chords together. I was like, okay, I could make a song around this. What if I made a song around this? What would it be about? And I have to always be really careful there. When I'm writing a song, once I figure out what the song is about, that can be a dangerous moment, because like I don't want to ham fist the song. I don't want to like hammer the point in too hard. Sometimes it's easier if I can write a bunch of lyrics before I figure out what's going on.
Sure.
So I was thinking about a family member of mine who my two family members of mine who ended their relationship because of how virulent the conspiracy theories and everything had become for one of them.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so this will be a song about conspiracy theories, and started coming up with as many as I could. I wrote a bunch out, asked my kids, hey, what conspiracy theories have you heard? Asked friends, and like tried to distill out of all of that a bunch of fun things that I could sing about.
No, got it. That's cool. That's cool. So then what is well, let's talk about just the band itself for a bit. So I'm been looking at your Bandcamp and it looks like this is the only track you have out there. And this just came out. Am I right? This just
That's
was
correct.
released
Yeah, yeah.
April.
We are in the middle of a release cycle for our first EP.
Okay.
That'll be 5 songs. That's coming out early July. We're doing one single a month up until then.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay.
the next single is coming out just over a week from today.
Got it.
And yeah, so the band, we're a three-piece. Um, Myself on guitar and vocals, Nathan Buchanan, he plays drums and sings, and then Dante Bruno plays bass and he sings.
Nice. And so how long have you guys been a band? How did the band come together?
Um, I guess we've officially been a band for maybe a year and a half. Um, uh, Nathan and I have been friends for a long time, 17, 18 years. And he played in bands in the past, and I played in bands in the past, and we've always talked about, wanting to try something out. And we've tried a couple times, but it was never the right time. We always had other projects going on or other life things going on. But a few years ago, we sat down and were able to start carving out some time and putting songs together. And then he had been playing music with Dante in some other bands, and so we pulled Dante in about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And that was when the band itself officially started, when Overton existed for the first time.
Got it.
Yeah, and spent some time practicing, put the recording together so that we have something to show people. And
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's great. That's great. Congratulations on it. That's super
Thanks.
cool. So you guys have been officially a band for about a year and a half. Do you practice, and you're based in Durham, North Carolina? Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. So is everybody from there, or everybody there now, or are you doing some of this like remotely? For example, I've played in a million bands where actually the band's based in Nashville and I was in South Carolina and someone else was in Minneapolis, and we do, file share recording and then meet up somewhere to play shows and things. Is
Yeah,
everybody
no,
there?
we're Nathan lives in Raleigh, which is the next town over. It's
Oh,
about
okay.
45 minutes away.
Yep.
That's as far as we go. So we're all pretty close.
Cool. And then
Yeah.
do you have a practice space somewhere?
It seems like all of the bands in Durham are practicing in those storage units. It's really funny. Any night that we're there, there's like 3 or 4 other bands also loading into a storage space and practicing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was in an atmospheric post metal band, I think is what we called ourselves. We were an instrumental band called Flying Too Close to the Sun, and based in Hendersonville, North Carolina. And we practiced in a in a storage unit, and it worked out awesome for us. I wonder, because I've seen so many of that, because it's like trying to find a practice space like around Atlanta is insane. I mean, they're at least $1,000 for like a 12 by 12 room. And you're like, oh man. And how can you share a room? It's just like the logistics of it are not the same as what they were forever ago.
Right.
And
It's very expensive.
the split doesn't work, but but yeah, go find some sort of storage unit in the middle of some rural part of town, and hey, have at it. If we can make that work, that's great. That's awesome that you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that. That's cool.
We're really, really lucky that the owner of the place is cool with bands playing there. I've
For sure.
I've practiced in storage spaces before that weren't band friendly, and it was always like, very sketchy. Oh, are we gonna get caught this time? Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, they're cool with it, and it's just so nice to have a place that you can leave your stuff set up, and it's ready when you get there.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Every time. Yeah, there's this great hourly spot in Athens where you can just go. I mean, they charge you. It's so cheap. I can't even believe it. I think it's called Nucci's in Athens, Georgia. And it's like, I mean, it's legit like $15 an hour or something. And okay, it just that to me is incredible. But yeah, having the ability just to leave your PA there and, leave all your gear there would be really great.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool that you guys are doing that. So when, how many shows then have you guys played over the past year and a half? Like, you've been playing out a bunch, or are you kind of more a practice band just to get the record done, then going to go start playing more shows? Or tell me about that.
Yeah, we haven't played out a whole bunch. We like I said, we focused on getting the record out first. We've got a few shows booked over the summer, and we played a show back in the fall, and we're supposed to play a show last week, but I came down with COVID right before the show. I was so bummed. But yeah, so we have not gigged a whole lot, but like I said, we've been musicians for a long, long time in other bands.
Sure.
So we're all very familiar with it. It's a strange. I feel like this band is a strange experience doing it a little bit backwards.
Awesome, man. So where is then the best place for people to follow you? Is the best place for people to keep up with Overton on Instagram or some other social platform?
Instagram is the primary place for posting stuff. Yeah.
I see it. Overton.nc. Perfect. And when the record, so is it a record? Is it just a digital release? Is it physical? Like, how are you releasing it?
I think we're going to do a short run of physical, like maybe 100, maybe not even that many. But so it'll be mostly digital with a few things that we can sell at shows.
And when you say physical, meaning what? Cassette, CD, vinyl?
Aiming for CDs right now,
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to step up and help us with vinyl.
Got it. No, I hear that. That's awesome. So then what is your plan once the EP comes out? Are you all, I get that you've all been in other bands before, and just from what you're saying, are you trying to do is there like you already have like some sort of a release show or some sort of tour or anything like that you're going to follow up with?
I have a release show that is almost booked that I can't talk about yet.
All right. Those are fun.
And we have hopefully a show a month over the summer time, and we'll probably stick with about that schedule.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to get back in the studio in the fall because we have a whole other EP that's just waiting around to be recorded.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear all of it. That is great. So for High on Faith, is it just audio, or is there a video also out there that people can see or will be able to see?
We have one of those lyrics videos, right? So there's some cartoon animation and digital animation with the lyrics scrolling by, so you can see exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, good. Is that up on YouTube then?
It is on YouTube, yeah.
Well, Shayne, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today about the song High on Faith. I love the song. Can't wait to hear the subsequent singles as they come out before the actual EP is unleashed upon the earth. I'm kidding. In July, but I'm super excited for that. I just love how you describe your band is so great, blending dark melodic punk with fuzzed out stoner rock. So that to me gives me just this cool insight to what maybe these other tracks sound like, and I'm super excited to hear them. But again, thanks for coming on today to chat with me.
Yeah, thank you. It's been great.
Three Crows Club presents B-Side Breakdown. Well, I'm addicted to the way I feel every single day, from drunken nights and stupid fights and every girl along the way, but nothing was the same as
All right, and that wraps up another episode of the B-Side Breakdown. I want to thank Shayne from the band Overton for coming along to talk about their song High on Faith. In the background, you're hearing the song The Damned by Mark Allen Prince. If you like what you hear, please go back and listen to the previous episode because that's what it was all about. Up next, I got the band Overthrow coming in to talk about their song Tribute. I want to thank Adam Coulong and Carrie Bosel for helping me put together the jingle you hear at the beginning and the end of this podcast. Please subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcast. Stay safe and sane out there, and check us out at bsidebreakdown.com. You can listen to all previous episodes, and if you want, there's a link there to our Patreon where you can support us in other ways that is helpful. Again, stay safe out there. We'll catch up in the next one. Thanks.